We get him again. He's the executive producer and showrunner also of American Dad, Steve Callahan. Wow. You get to hang out with me now, Steve. Yeah. Next up, the co-creator and executive producer of American Dad, Mike Berger. Next up, writer and story editor for American Dad, Jordan Bloom. Next up, she plays George Clooney's sworn enemy, Francine Smith, the wife of Stan, Wendy Shaw. Last year, she released her first CD, Haley Sings, and she's voiced characters on all sorts of shows like The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy and Dexter's Laboratory. She plays Haley Smith, Rachel McFarlane. You know him from ER, Band of Brothers, and a recent arc on NCIS Los Angeles, Can He See Your Boobs? He plays Steve Smith, Scott Grimes. And finally, he's a master of voices. You may know him as Perry the Platypus. He's done voices for Star Wars The Clone Wars, Ben 10, Legend of Korra, on and on. He's everyone's favorite talking fish cloud, Steve Bradley. So you guys have prepared a fun clip of the upcoming season. You guys want to introduce it, or? Go ahead.
These are fun clips of the upcoming season.
There we go. Let's roll it. Where to begin?
That's the greatest show in the history of television. I'm telling you right now.
So congrats on the renewal. And you guys are moving to a new home next year. But the show remains the same.
Yeah, it's going to be the same American Dad, just a different place. But for next year and next spring, this fall and spring, we're going to still be on Fox, which is our home for now. And then we'll be on TBS.
We can finally do that Tyler Perry crossover that you've been exactly.
It'll give us time to pack.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but this whole season on Fox, following Family Guy on Sunday nights.
As usual, so excellent. Well, congrats again, another year, so awesome. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on next season. Some fun stuff that we just saw up there. So we saw a couple of clips from the Haunted episode. The Legend of Zelda Rubinstein is the name of the episode. So talk a little bit about that. Only one of Roger's personas can save that.
Yeah, this is an episode where the Francine's ghost,
Guys,
Sexual repression?
yeah, it basically,
It's the ghost of Francine's unsatisfied sexual drive haunts the Smiths.
I didn't want to say it.
And apparently the washing machine.
And it cannot be stricken from the house until Francine is satisfied in bed.
Right.
Right? Yeah.
You guys are being really nice, man. Francine wants to get laid, right?
There are children here, Scott.
Oh, my son is actually here. I should shut up.
That's
she's
fine.
been holding this in for so long, keeps telling Stan, oh, it was great, you were wonderful, and finally it's so pent up that it's like poltergeist, right? Where everything in the house is moving around and all that kind of stuff. And
What is your drink of choice?
My drink of choice? Oh gosh, I'm actually a champagne girl, believe it or not. Yeah, but I like a beer every now and again too. Yeah, thanks over there, champagne girl.
Somebody give a shout out to beer. Yeah, beer.
That was my son as well.
Scott, you're a horrible dad. So Vision Impossible. Roger gets into a car accident. He starts seeing visions of the future. What does he see?
He sees the future.
No spoilers.
In that episode, the family comes to depend on Roger, and they just start using him to see the future for like the most basic things, like what should I eat today? So,
They take advantage of his talent, basically, and he becomes resentful of it.
and you never want to screw with a resentful Roger.
Yeah.
Done it so far, so I might as well keep going.
My kid's daughter.
Yeah, he can't. Yeah. So no, I don't think Steve will ever visit Jen.
I like when you guys go to the edge of incest on the show. Every once in a while.
That was the original title of the series, actually. The
Edge of incest? It was a soap opera back then.
Right.
Another one that sounds funny. Stan goes on the pill, where Stan accidentally takes a pill that turns him into a woman.
Yeah, so he finds that he has a hard time listening to what Francine's, what he would consider boring stories of the day.
Preempted due to current events, but it's I think one of our best Christmas episodes, and it stars Charles Bradley, who's this great kind of blues soul singer, as Krampus, and I think we're going to be showing maybe a little later a clip from that.
At the end of the panel, you'll see a clip.
Yeah, and
Krampus.
Both Rachel and Scott get to sing in that episode, so it's a really special one. It's funny.
And speaking of singing, we also have another episode. Do you want to talk about Rubberneckers real quick? Because we got another episode that features a couple of songs.
Right. The composer from Lonely Island, Asa Taccone, who did Hot Water, is back, and he gives us some original like hip hop and R&B songs. So we do a musical about Stan needing to learn how to check out other women gracefully.
There's one line where I say,
My time inside her was the best damn 9 months of my life. Wow, that's gross.
You said it with so much soul. You really meant it.
Yeah.
Rachel, you're also guest starring on Family Guy as Quagmire's.
Yeah,
Someone
know.
who's even kinkier than Quagmire. Which, how is that even possible?
No, that's actually a pretty great.
Let's hear some Klaus storylines.
I wish I could remember them. The beta blockers are taking hold of me right now. I cannot remember what we did. We recorded about a year ago or so, and I can't remember what they were.
Well, we know that Klaus gets a used pre-owned Saturn.
Yeah!
But Klaus and Raj are going to business together in one episode. It's actually the episode where where Stan becomes. Where Stan becomes a woman, and they realize, Klaus and Roger realize he no longer has any need for any of his suits, so they go into business together selling a suit outlet, but it's all the same size and color suit. And that's fun. That's a fun storyline for them.
Where do you channel those voices? Because I've heard you do your period of platypus before too, and it's just, I don't know, it's not human how you do that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's mostly like, where do I come up with like the pancreas that crawls out of someone's body, or some demon that comes from the depths of hell. And I'm not sure. It's somewhere in high school or middle school it comes from back then, but I don't know where.
what's the pancreas that crawls out of the body?
If you want to start lining up for questions, by the way, we're going to get to you guys in a second. Let's talk about some of the guest voices. We mentioned a few, but we got Allison Brie coming on the show. What can you tell us about her guest spot?
She's pretty in real life.
She is pretty.
Sorry, master. I forgot you don't like flying. Well, you've lost it. If you'll excuse me. Really, man?
just that, and don't do anything without questioning yourself. Self-overcome.
Ninja Spider-Man dead.